Hello, audiences of YouTube, or just basic fans or rather, loyal fans. I'm saying loyal fans who keep on watching the videos. Once again, I am back as promised. So tonight, and I haven't actually written anything down this time because, well, it's basically a bit of bit about me, really. Don't worry, it's not all personal crap. I shouldn't have really said that, but never mind. Whoops. Apologies to anyone who watches my videos and does not like swearing. That will be the last of it. But no, tonight I'm also going to be highlighting my trip to London. And, I was basically just going to base it all on London. But you know what? I'm not going to, because the reason why I went to London in the first place was because of their Comic Con. So tonight I will also be mentioning about Comic Cons because pretty much they are awesome, but I'll also be talking about my London trip. So basically, a bit of a story into it. So I was wanting to go for quite a while. I'd say about a couple of years ago, just before the whole lockdown situation. I did actually want to go to London Comic Con. It was a spring one, and it was literally just at the end of February, which was a leap year then, so I have got no idea how that coincided with it. Talk about a random date. But unfortunately I wasn't able to go, which I was quite gutted about, because I heard it was a really good one. Like, I saw all the photos and I saw all the guests, and I'm like, what? So really, ever since then, I wanted to go, and it wasn't up until about a few months ago. I was basically just looking on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube. I was looking on Facebook, and I saw that London had a winter Comic Con, which was the 19th and 20th of November. So I was basically looking at that for a while, and I saw that one of my favourite actors from Doctor Who was going, and that was Matt Smith. So, obviously, at this point, I was feeling proper, hyped for it all, I suppose. I was like, yes, I want to go. Because throughout previous Comic Cons, I've met 4 actors who played the Doctor, and I was thinking to myself, wow, I'd love to go there and meet him. But then about a couple of days later, or even a week or so, I'm not entirely sure, David Tennant was announced. And, well, you can just imagine the excitement on my face. I mean, I am a proper Doctor Who fan. I absolutely love it. But that's not the video tonight. That's not a Doctor Who post tonight. But, obviously, I'm a huge Doctor Who fan, so yeah, I'd love to go to a Comic Con who featuring my 2 favourite actors from it. And then, it was a bit slow with announcements, really. It was taking about a month for it to progress of who they were going with. I was kind of thinking, okay, is it really worth going? But then I saw it was mostly people from House of the Dragon and Star Trek. And I haven't watched House of the Dragon yet. I mean, I really want to, but I'm having to wait until it comes out on DVD, which is, actually this month. Get in there. Brilliant. That'll be good. No spoilers from anyone. If they have watched it, do not go putting stuff in my comments saying that you have watched it and that it is good. Well, you can tell me you've watched it and tell me that it's good. Just do not tell me what happened. Otherwise, hell to pay. But that's funny. No, I also saw that there were Game of Thrones characters as well, and I also love Game of Thrones, so a change. But now I'd say a couple of weeks later, there was also yet another Doctor posted, and it just happened to be Jodie Whittaker. And at this time, I was thinking, yes, this is it. This is what I want to do. I want to go. Because Well, let's put it out there. I'm 23 years old. I'm not getting any younger. And, you know, since I'm from Carlisle, how many opportunities am I going to get to go to London for the biggest Comic Con event of the year? Or one of three big events of the year? Because the London Comic Con has got spring, winter, not spring, summer, and winter, so I don't know which one's bigger out of all of them. But yeah, but no, I was proper thinking about it, and then literally uh, a month ago, yesterday, which would have been the 1st of November. Actually, no, let's go a few weeks back, or about a week. So I asked my best friend Ben if he wanted to come with me, just on a whim. Because I know for a fact my mum would have absolutely hated it if I just went off to London all by myself. Like, seriously, she would be worrying about everything that is happening to me over there. Would I be safe? Who I'd be with? And all that kind of stuff. I love my mum. She's lovely. She really is. But yeah. Oh, blimey. So I asked him, just on a whim, just to see if he wanted to come with me. And lo and behold, he could. And we were absolutely hyped. So, well, basically on the last day of October, I knew at this point who was going. It seemed like a proper certain list of who was going. So, I had a look. And I saw that tickets for David Tennant for a photo was going very low. And at this point, I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm freaking out here. What if I can't get a photo with him? So what did I do? I booked a photo. Literally a day before I'd even booked anything else. It was, oh my god, like sheer panic. Like, I was not going to go to Comic Con and not get a photo with David Tennant. Absolutely no way in hell. So I'm glad I did that. And then literally on the first, that was it. We were looking at tickets, literally checking out which tickets we were going to get. I ended up getting a weekend ticket. Well, we both did. So that gave us access to both Saturday and Sunday, which was fantastic. I booked... How many photos did I book in that day? Well, actually, I booked 3 photos that day. Oh no, I didn't. No, sorry, I didn't book 3 tickets. I booked 2 photos. So I booked one with Matt Smith and Jodie Whittaker. And again, the same thing with Matt Smith. It looks like his whole row of photos was out. And I managed to get one with Jodie Whittaker, no problem. So that was all good. And then there was the complications with getting a hotel, with trains, because we all know what trains are like these days with strikes. But no, it's all good. And then it was literally about a week later or 2, I'm not entirely sure, they had more guests being announced. Some from Doctor Who, some from Star Wars, rather the Andor series, which I haven't really watched either. I don't know what to think. But, then I ended up booking more photos because 2 of them happened to be former Doctor Who companions. Katie Manning, who played Jo Grant back in the early 70s, and Bonnie Langford in the late 80s, who played Mel. So I was really looking forward to it. And then on the last day, so basically 2 weeks ago, when we were heading on the train to London, I just thought, what the hell? I'm booking another photo, and it just happened to be with Harry Lloyd, who played Viserys in Game of Thrones, and Jeremy Baines in Doctor Who. So yeah, 2 weeks ago, well, we would have been in London right now, actually, considering the time. Give me a second. 22:07, so we would have literally just been in the hotel room now, just thinking about the next day, which would have been incredible. So, Saturday morning, It was like, 7 o'clock in the morning. Both obviously a little bit knackered, which is understandable. um, so we're heading off to the Comic Con about like 8 o'clock in the morning because the access was 9 o'clock in the morning. So we had to try and get there really early to beat the queues because, well, obviously this was both our first time to a London Comic Con, but from experience, I know exactly what large queues can be like for big events like this. So, well, it was expected, really. It was a given. It was absolutely a given that the queues would be huge. And lo and behold, when we got there, we were right. We were like, ooh, 3 or 4 rows down, or like across, because we were in the other Olympia exhibition centre. We were in there just waiting. And also, it was freezing cold. So that did not help the situation. But we waited there for about 45 minutes until we could go into the other one, into the National. And the moment we got in there, we went straight upstairs just to like get the lay of the land, to see what everything was like, and it was incredible. It was really unbelievable, like, to be there in the big event. But then here comes the big thing. So, and if I'm babbling on here, it's because I'm happy. So, so we were literally about 10 minutes there into the event itself. Me and my friend were going to put our jackets in the cloakroom because there was a little cloakroom. And who walks by, or rather just comes out of the celebrity door? It turned out to be Matt Smith. The 11th Doctor was literally right there in front of me. My face, when I saw him, it dropped. I was literally like... And then, literally, he walked right past me and said to me, "Hello, mate, nice to see you." And... my God. I was literally so happy. It felt amazing. The moment he said it, my face dropped again. I was like, "Yeah, nice to meet you." And like, I was proper nervous. I had no idea what the hell to expect. The legend of the 11th Doctor was literally right in front of me. I was so happy. I just couldn't believe it. I really, really couldn't. So that happened. So for most of the day, we were just looking around the different stalls of the Comic Con. Ben had a photo with Graham McTavish. And obviously as well, we had to get there early because of photographs, like, 'cause they had the schedule, and well, we had no idea what it would be like. Good thing we did. But no, Ben had a photo with Graham, and he was mostly from House of the Dragon. Again, not something I'm very familiar with, so that was good for him. He really liked that. And just a little later on in the afternoon, we both had a photo with Harry Lloyd. So for Ben, in his fandom, it would obviously be like Game of Thrones or The Theory of Everything, which you mentioned to me. I can't remember what else there was. But for me, obviously, Game of Thrones, Doctor Who, because he did Son of Mine. And I said I was going to do a bit of a show and tell, and I was not joking. So, here was my photo with Harry Lloyd, and yeah, he was absolutely fantastic. We didn't get much of a talk with him because in the photo booths they were literally like saying to you, "Get the hell on," like literally just move it, move it, move it. And yeah, it was all a hell of a rush, really. It was one rush. But no, that was incredible. Like, obviously, got to have a small little talk with him, just like the tiniest little thing, which was amazing. But later on through the day, we actually went past some more celebrities. So we went to a Doctor Who panel later in the afternoon, and that had Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy, which which was amazing. It was great to see those two together, to listen to their stories about the days of Doctor Who and what they were in the present day. So it was just brilliant. At this point, I didn't really go and meet them because I'd already met them in previous years, but it was good to see them again. And then about an hour later, we had the House of the Dragon, but we were a little late to that because we wanted to get some grub. I'm gonna have some grub. Expensive though, really expensive in there. I mean, sheesh. £7 for a hot dog. 7? I know it's London, but that's one hell of an expense for a hot dog. It wasn't even that nice either. But no, we went to the House of the Dragon, and obviously Gavin Spokes was there, Graham McTavish and Jefferson Hall, and this is where me and Ben were kicking ourselves because we realised Jefferson Hall was actually in one of our favourite kids programmes, which was Wizards vs. Aliens, who played Varg, and we are like, what? And oh my god. But then later on, we had a little bit of fun later on. We went around the celebrities. We actually did get a proper talk with Harry Lloyd, and it was amazing. So I basically complimented him on being in Doctor Who because I thought he was really good in that. Like, I made a joke about how did he keep the face straight and stuff, and he said it kind of hurt a little bit. But I also managed to get this. So I got an autograph with him which says, "Hi Callum, best wishes, son of mine," and that's also his signature in there. And that was incredible. Like, it was good to have a proper talk with him. But then, now this is coming to the end of the Saturday event. Best moment of it, before we left, I literally got the photo with my 5th Doctor at this point in time, Matt Smith himself, and honestly, it was just fantastic. It really, really was. Starstruck, proper starstruck. He was just incredible. Like I said, it was an honour to meet him. He said it was great to meet me. I loved him as the Doctor, and that ended a great day for me. But then later on, we went into London itself, and we nearly killed each other. Oh my god! We went to Trafalgar Square, and then to Buckingham Palace. The King was in. God save the King. Then we went up to Big Ben, and then Embankment, where the London Eye is. I got a photo in front of that. I haven't got those photos because they're on my Facebook. But yeah, when we got back to Trafalgar Square, we realised that Embankment was only 5 minutes away. So, oops. Never doing that again. But for the rest of the night, we just chilled out. Like, we went past Royal Albert Hall on the way back, and with being 40 quid down from a taxi, and also then another 30 quid down, because I tell you now, those taxi journeys are not cheap, especially when there is traffic. But then again, it's London, there's always traffic. What the hell am I talking about here? If anyone who knows what I'm talking about, yeah, it's there. But no, then we rested up for the night, and then lo and behold, Sunday. Now, Sunday was the day I was looking forward to, because David Tennant was there, Jodie Whittaker, Bonnie Langford, Katie Manning, they were all there. So I was really looking forward to that one, including some others who I knew about as well. So yeah, that was incredible. So yeah, that was another one hell of a filled day. We pretty much just did the same thing that we did. You know, we went around the stalls again, but before going into the cloakroom again, Jodie Whittaker comes past, and she didn't say anything this time because she seemed like she was... Excuse me. She seemed like she was in a rush. But throughout the day, we just saw Jamie Campbell Bower going all over the place. We saw like David Tennant literally rushing around in a jacket trying to get everywhere. And if anyone has seen that photo on social media, say like him standing behind his son Ty, saying he's not that special, I was there. I saw that happen. Oh my god, it was so funny as well as the sweetest thing because afterwards David kissed him on his forehead and it was so sweet. Like me and Ben, we really thought it was lovely that Ty has now been following in his dad's footsteps. He's now at his first Comic Con event after being in House of the Dragon and War of the Worlds, and it was incredible. It really was. And for David to carry on the same trend that Peter Davison did a couple of years ago, absolutely funny as hell. It really was. He was in a proper rush though. But no, throughout the whole day, we literally just, well, I obviously had more photos, and there wasn't really much of differences to do. Like, there were new people there who we did want to go see. Like, obviously, I was there more for the Doctor Who people and those who had starred in like in other projects like the Sarah Jane Adventures, Hot Fuzz, and well, yeah, that was mostly me who wanted to do that because that's like my thing. I have my thing. Ben has his thing. We do have similar stuff, but then again, I was pretty much going there for the London Comic Con for that as well as the sightseeing, which was incredible. But yeah, I had a bit of a clash with the day, but the one thing, my first photo of the day, so this is the same order again. So, my first photo was with a former companion who also appeared in this year's Doctor Who final, Bonnie Langford, who played Melanie Bush, and she was absolutely lovely. Like, she even commented on my top. Like, she loved it. It was really good to meet her and to actually meet a proper companion as well and to actually get a photo with them because years ago I did meet the Fifth Doctor's companion Sarah Sutton, but I couldn't get a photo with her because I didn't have enough money. Damn that. And then not long after that, a couple of hours later, I also managed to meet this lovely woman here, Miss Katie Manning herself. She was absolutely lovely. She really was. She was exactly like she was in the Sarah Jane Adventures, completely loving and just open hearted. And hell, I even got a hug from her. I mean, what? Now that was just incredible. I got a hug from Katie Manning. Because in all fairness, I've actually wanted to hug a celebrity now, so that was just number one on the list. That was fantastic. Oh, yes. And I also managed to give me a second. Aha! I also managed to get this as well. That was later on through the day. So this was from Katie Manning with the third Doctor, John Pertwee. And it says, to Callum, hugs, Katie Manning, and there's even a few kisses on there. And I even got a kiss from her as well. Hey! But no, she was absolutely lovely. She was lovely to talk to, and yeah, I have so much love for her, so much appreciation. But also throughout the day. Now this happened mostly throughout the day. Just at the beginning of it, I managed to get a couple more autographs. So, and I haven't got those photos with me because they are actually on my phone. Because these ones were all like professional photos, but the other ones I managed to get were on my phone, so I can't show them unfortunately. But they are on my Facebook page, which is Callum Walton. If you ever want to check it out, it's basically the same name as my YouTube. So I got this from Craig Ells, who played the dog here, Carvanista, in series 13 of Doctor Who. So I managed to get that, and that was fantastic. And it just says, Dear Callum, best wishes, Craig Ells. And, we had a really good chat. He was talking to me about, like, what his role was like in Doctor Who and if he would ever return again. And he said that he would. So, That was pretty amazing. And then I also managed to meet Joplin Stanlin. At least I hope that's his last name. He is this guy here at the back. He played Tarek in The Waters of Mars, and also Mark Grantham in the Sarah Jane Adventures with the late Elizabeth Sladen. And I talked to him about that, because I wanted to acknowledge the fact that he was brilliant in the Sarah Jane Adventures, because he really was. And, it was an honour to watch his work, especially in Doctor Who. So, yeah, I complimented him on that, and, I think he really appreciated it. Like, he was nothing like what he was in as the characters. He was absolutely lovely. He was a proper gentleman, and I got a photo with him too, so that was really lovely. And then, another autograph, and this is the final one. I got it with Paddy Considine, which is one of the Andys from Hot Fuzz, and that was funny as hell. Like, he said that he wanted to do a sequel to Hot Fuzz 2. Hot Fuzz, and I don't see why they haven't yet, because he needs to make a return. I couldn't get a photo with him because the staff, some of them had like no posed photographs, and I'm like, what? Why? Just come on. Get a grip. But no, meeting Paddy, absolutely fantastic, and quite frankly, I can't wait to see him as King Viserys in the House of the Dragon when I watch it, because I know that's what he's in. But then, now, this had a clash. A big, big clash. So I had my photo with Katie Manning, and literally, right after that, 10 minutes later, I get a photo with Jodie Whittaker herself, the 13th Doctor. Now, there was like a 5-minute gap in there. I had to get my photo with Katie, and then I had to get my photo with Jodie, but honestly, she was absolutely amazing. I even got to hug her too. I'm not joking. It was brilliant. I told her that I loved her as the Doctor. She was absolutely fantastic, because she was. She was an exceptional Doctor, and quite frankly, I don't like the hate that she got. She was brilliant. She really, really was. But then, the best one for me, the absolute best, my Doctor, personally, my best one, David Tennant. And honestly, it still does not feel real. For years, I wanted to meet him. A long time I waited. I'm not joking. When I watched him in Doctor Who in 2005, I'm like, I have to meet him. One day. And I finally did. And it just felt absolutely incredible. It really, really did. And I'll never forget it. Ever. I told him he was an amazing Doctor. I absolutely loved meeting him. And it was just magical. It truly was. Best moment of my life. So from this point on now, I have met 7 Doctors. All in total, 7. I've still got 6 of them to meet. And hopefully, one day I will. Maybe. I'll see. But no, the rest of the London trip after that. So after Comic-Con, that was it. We didn't have that much to do. We chilled back at the hotel for about a couple of hours because a long day on our feet, and plus I was getting really numb. Ugh, not good. So later on that night, on the Sunday night, we went to the Westfield shopping centre because we wanted to do a bit of shopping. Turns out all the shops were closed. I didn't realise they closed at 6 on a Sunday as well. You would have thought that in big cities they would close at like 9 o'clock. Clearly not. So we went to Pizza Express on the night, and by God, that was good. A hell of a fortune, I'll admit. That was a fortune. But we also went to go see Black Panther Wakanda Forever on the night, which again was really good. We went to see it in 3D. But then on the last day, so on the Monday, we just we went to do a bit of shopping in Westfield. Then we went down to the centre of London again because we had to go get the train. We tried. We got to Forbidden Planet eventually, but then we had to head back to the station. And then that was it. That was the London trip. And honestly, the whole trip was amazing. Like, I've got all my photos on my Facebook, and quite frankly, it was just incredible. Absolutely loved it. I'd say that was one of the best weekends of my entire life, and I want to do it again. I want to go back. I know that they've got another event in March. I know, 3 months away, so I'm cutting it a little bit close if I want to go. But if I don't go, I'll definitely go again. Like, there's no way in hell that I'm not going to go to another London event. So this Comic-Con event was actually my sixth. This was my sixth event, because I've been 5 times previous, but not in London. So I've had 4 of them in Carlisle, and then 1 of them in Newcastle, which was quite fun actually. And yeah, I've met completely different celebrities every year. I mean, I've met Jimmy V 3 or 4 times. I've met him 3 or 4 times, but then, my other Comic-Con events, they were different. Like, every year I always met someone who I wanted to meet. So my first year I met Colin Baker, second year Peter Davison, third year Sylvester McCoy, fourth year, which was not same year actually, sorry, third year was also Paul McGann, because I met 2 doctors in 1 year. But then again, you can't beat meeting 3 doctors in 2 days. That was incredible. But no, I love going to Comic-Con events. I really do. My first one was back in 2017. I was only 18 at the time. And, I want to keep on going to them because they're really fun. Not only that do you get to meet brilliant celebrities, but I've also gotten really good merchandise as well. Like, I bought the TARDIS necklace in Newcastle. Then I bought the Avengers one here in Carlisle. I didn't buy anything in London because, well, I would say the photographs and the autographs pretty much covered it, as well as spending about nearly 300 quid on all of them. Yeah, I know. That was one hell of a budget right out the window. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But all in all, my London trip, it was incredible. And honestly, I couldn't have wished for a better weekend. I went with my best friend. We had a hell of a blast. Nearly killed each other in the centre of London, but worked through it after like 5 minutes. And yeah, it was just fantastic. It really, really was. So I'll never really forget it. Like, I'll never forget who I met there, who I talked to, and the photos I got, because I'm keeping them for life. I'm just trying to decide what to do about the autographs. I don't know where I'm going to put them yet, but with the photos, I'm getting a brand new set of them because I want to like maybe get them in photo frames, especially the ones of the 3 doctors. I mean, come on. But no, a fantastic weekend, fantastic guests, and I just loved it. I really, really did. And I'm sorry if I have gone on way too long with this video. I mean, this video is going over like 30 minutes. I have talked about it so much. But then again, that's what happens. You get so excited about these things. And me, with having this Comic-Con event, I was proper hyped up. I couldn't have been any more hyped if I tried. It was just... all of it in total was incredible. And I would definitely do it again. Oh, yeah. So, maybe next year I might be able to get to a spring Comic-Con again in London, or I might even go for the summer, or back to winter. As they say, winter is coming, especially if you're a Game of Thrones fan. But I think that's going to be all from me tonight. But I will leave you with this last little preview. The next video I will be doing, the Comedy Medley Part 2, outlining this century's best comedy series. Because honestly, there are so many of them, and I can't wait to get into it. So that is a preview. As I said yesterday, watch this space. I might even do a couple of shorts, just in case. We'll soon see. So that is all from me tonight. Hope you all have a good night, and I will see you in the next video.